so honored to be here, and it was thrilling to hear all the ideas coming out of this community. I live 16 Cordova, and I'm so glad to be connected right next door. I met Karen Goldberg when our company, my dance company, Dances for a Variable Population, did a project with the Highline. It was actually their first commissioned dance performance in 2010. And Karen did some amazing photographs that were then published in a book that the Highline, one of their first publications of artwork that happened on the Highline. So that was great. We've continued to know each other over the last year since then, and she's generously taken more photographs of the company's work. Dances for a Variable Population. Do I have to use a microphone? You can hear me, right? Yes. It makes me a little uncomfortable. Dances for a Variable Population is a multi-generational dance organization that through choreography and the teaching of movement brings the dancer to everyone. We think of, I actually wrote, but I'm a little nervous in talking. We bring inclusive dance. We engage communities as participants and as audience members. We use dance for wellness, for celebration, and for social change. Our vision is for people of all ages and all abilities and all walks of life to see themselves as dancers. Now you may think, why is it important to see yourself as a dancer? Dancers know about how to live in their bodies in strong and creative ways. And we think it's important that people everywhere should embrace, to enable their bodies to move in strong and creative ways. You'll see some images later when I finish talking about what we do. Our company does this work in 3 directions. We have public performances, many of them are site-related, in which we bring different groups of people, present different groups of people performing and celebrating and doing workshops, public workshops, and a lot of iconic New York spaces, from Times Square to the Highline to Washington Square Park. We have a lot of programming that goes on. You can see through the year if you want to participate. We also have sequential free dance programs at public spaces like senior centers and public libraries, in which you can sign up to take these classes, and they will take you through the sequential dance training program. And we have ongoing classes that people pay for, which provides an income stream for the company, as well as the funding that we get for these programs. We actually have coming up we're at the beginning of a 2-year project that will be working in the West Harlem area, in my zip code, the 10027, which we have a project that we've already started the first phase of the project with classes at the George Bruce Library, which is on 125th Street. I don't know if any of you go to that right. And so they have a big room downstairs. We have over 55 senior citizens registered in this program. So we have weekly classes with 3 different teachers teaching, and they're wonderful. What's special about this project is the older people are coming from, there are 3 sort of big housing units in the area. I don't know if you know the area, you'll know. We've got the Grand Houses, which is a very large public housing project. We've got Manhattanville houses, and we've got Morningside Gardens, and then a whole lot of older people in the area with very little programming in terms of physical or cultural programming. Each of the senior centers, each of these sites have their own senior centers. And when we talked about working with their community, they said, bring the dance project here. And we said, no, we're going to make it at the public library so all the groups can be part of it. And so in 2014, in this spring, we'll be having performances all summer long on the pier. So please come, and we're having workshops every month. And then in 215, we're actually making a big site-related project which will travel from neighborhood to through each of these housing projects, from Morningside Gardens, something, Grand Houses, and Manhattan. I think we can show some of the images from some of our work. I hope it will inspire you. These are images from, so our performers, as you can see, range from the age of 22 to 90. We present dance in public spaces. This was an event in Times Square called Times Square Roundup, in which we worked with Woodstock Senior Center, one of the oldest transient senior centers in the city. So it's not just a place people go to for lunch. People live there at different times. And then we, after working with the older people at the center, this is actually from outside of New York, up in Millerton and Chatham. We do projects also outside the boroughs of Manhattan. This is Washington Square Park. This is a project in Hudson River Park. This was just workshops. This is residency work that we were doing at a place called Performance Space 22 in Chatham, New York. This is the Joyce, a special program for Joyce Theater. This is Jacob's Pillow. So the core of the company is a mix of professionals and regular folks. This is Gotti Riverside Senior Center, one of the senior centers, a program that we call Movement Speaks. There's sequential dancing programs. And this is in Chinatown at Mott Street Senior Center. We have dancers who work with us that speak different languages from Chinese, depending on the community. This is in Harlem at Citizens Care Senior Program, Central Harlem Senior Program. So that's kind of the idea. Can you plug this in and start this? We're going to do something together. First finger, index finger. Third finger. Can you move through all the joints? That's including the one closest. Right. Here you go. Good. Fourth finger. That's called the ring finger. It's a little bit more difficult to move, right? Ring finger. Pinky. Out all different ways, not just up and down, side to side. All the fingers and the wrist. Turn to your neighbor and talk. Elbow. The elbow is a hinge joint and a pivot joint. So there's two parts to the joint. It twists and it folds. Right shoulder, including the scapula, that shoulder blade. Can you move to that? Okay, now left finger on the fourth hand is hard, right? Hard ring finger. Ring finger ring on it, and that's it. Good, pinky. Can you move through all? Yeah, that's beautiful. That's very good. Good, wrist. Wrist. Left elbow. Could you do a left elbow dance? Shoulder. Left shoulder. Ball and side joint. Remember, you look for rotation. There's a lot of rhythm. Good.